What up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark, aka Kid, and I actually cut my hair. Yep, it's gone. I need a lineup and all that. Looking kind of rough right now, but that'll come later because I haven't reached that point in this process yet. As you know, if you know me personally, I used to have a luscious set of locks, and I don't anymore. Why? Because I cut my hair. Why did I cut my hair? For multiple reasons. The first reason why is because my aunt, who actually twisted my hair for me and helped me through the whole locking process, was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she's going to start chemotherapy, which causes hair loss. And I cut my hair in a way of support for her because she too had a luscious set of locks. And the same way my hair is going to grow back, so will hers. And I want to be alongside her on this process of restoration. So that's the first reason. I'll give you guys an update on that. This is still news to me. I found out about 3 or 4 days ago. So that's the first reason. The second reason, which you guys may find a little more weird and confusing, is because I like to relate my hair to my life, basically. Like, my hair is an extension of me. It's the way that I express myself most of the time. When people see me, they see my hair. So you guys may be like, well, what does that have to do with your life? Let me explain. All throughout my childhood, my mom would basically shear me like a lamb. Like, that was her go-to. This was like the longest my hair would get before my mom would just and it was back to being bald. So all the way up until like 5th grade, I had a military cut. Like, whatever other bald jokes you want to make. I look like Caillou and Lil Bill and all that. Whatever. Funny jokes. But in about 6th grade, when I moved to Long Beach with my father, I didn't need to get my hair cut as often, which I was okay with. This was the age where I found out that I liked having hair on my head. Hair was cool. I enjoyed my hair, basically, whatever. And I would try different styles like high top fades, tapers, and everything. And my hair would grow kind of fast, so I was able to try about 2 different styles in less than 2 months. But I eventually settled on just like, a mohawk fade, just cut the sides and let the top and the back grow out and everything. And people will always ask me, well, what are you going to do with your hair? And I was like, I don't know, it's just my hair. It's growing. But when your hair gets longer than your hand, then it's kind of time to do something with your hair. Like, you either cut it or style it. And in the back of my head, I was like, well, I always wanted dreads. My mom had dreads, my aunt had dreads, Bob Marley, Jesus Christ. Like, a lot of cool people had dreads, so I got them myself. And, when your hair goes from being longer than your hand to about the size of the tip of your pinky, then it's a new experience for you. Like, you got so used to having long hair, like, well, what do I do now? But I was ready to go through that process of taking care of my hair and letting it grow out, because that's what dreads and hair does in general. It just grows and it looks better eventually. So I was willing to go through that process. So about a year later, like, my hair is like down to my eyebrows. Like, I had inches, yo. Like, I could put my hair in a ponytail and all that. I was fly. So I just recently cut it about 3 or 4 days ago. So yeah. And then, you guys may still be like, well, what does that have to do with your life? Like, you didn't tell us anything, basically. Well, growing up, everything was basically set for me. You know, everything was taken care of. I had an identity, but a kid identity. All kids are the same, basically. You don't see that much diversity. But even from the age of 3, like, I knew that I wanted dreads. Like, my mom had dreads, and like, say it was like a long dread and the edge was breaking off, she would twist it off and give it to me, and I would put it in my hair and like, hey, look, I got dreads too, mom. And you know, that was the first time like something like that was instilled in me, guys. That's also the same age I started drawing. This is the age I started becoming myself eternally, like the artist, and all that. But as a kid, that kind of gets lost. You're just like every other kid. All kids are the same. And then middle school, when I moved with my dad, it was just like sort of a realization of I get to start being myself now. I start figuring out who I am. That's what the whole process was of figuring out that I like my hair, figuring out what I like as a person. I started drawing more. I started doing more things. And once I settled on the mohawk, it was like, all right, this is what I want, basically. And then people always ask me, well, what are you going to do with your hair? That's the same way people ask me, like, what are you going to do with your life? Like, I know what I want, but what really do I want? So once I decided, like, once I looked inside of myself, I realized, like, well, I've always wanted dreads. Well, I always wanted to be an artist. So what am I going to do to take steps to being that artist, you know? So I don't even know where to go from here. Anyways, so once I looked inside myself, I continued on what I've always been eternally, like the artist. You know, I got dreads, and the whole growing process was me growing into what I knew I wanted to be. Like, nobody wants, you know, pinky length dreads forever. They want some length to theirs. Everybody wants dreads, you know, headbang and all that. So it was just a process of me becoming more comfortable with who I was. So I would draw more. I would explore more creatively, the same way I would take care of my hair and let it grow. It's something that needs to be nurtured and grown, and, you know, yeah. So I moved from Long Beach after my hair got long and everything, and everything just kind of went out of whack. A lot of stuff was going on. My hair, all the new growth, like, this is how long the new growth was without being retwisted at all. It basically looked like a total mess. And, you know, I plan on moving back to Long Beach and everything, and everything will be fixed necessarily. Like, how do I explain this? I'm still new to this. I need to get used to talking more. But, you know, I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna figure everything out. I know that I want to be an artist. I know that I want to create. So now that I know that, now that I've grown into that person of knowing what I want, I'm going to do everything that I need to make sure that it's more successful than what it was. Fuck. Damn, that sounds dumb. Anyways, I don't know. Like, I'm starting over basically. Like, I'm going to grow my hair. My hair is going to grow. I'm going to retwist it, and it's going to be back and better than what it was on some Bryson Tiller shit. Like, that's, damn, I suck at explaining shit. That's basically it. Like, you know, I cut my hair to start over. I'm gonna need to edit all this out. Anyways, if you read the description, you'll probably have a better understanding of what I'm trying to say, because I'm 10 times better at writing what I think than saying what I think. But I plan on getting better at that as this progresses. So, yeah, I mean, it's the start of a journey that I want you guys to all experience with me. That's mostly it. So, what did I say? Like, comment, rate, subscribe, and all that. Yeah, more videos to come too. Like, I plan on doing a lot of stuff. Like, I'm going to show my art, probably do some tutorials. I'm going to do, like, funny skits with my friends and everything. I want to make short films and all that. Share knowledge, whatever I have. I don't know. stay tuned, I guess. I'll see y'all later.